Hello everyone, whether you're stuck on it or have already passed it, I think we can all still agree that Chapter 10, Stage 40 is a pain in the butt. So today I've made it up on my second account, the one I've spent money on, not really calling it a pay to win because I'm not dumping a lot into it, but I figure we'll at least break it down today, kind of show you how I beat it and how my thought process is. Now this isn't me playing it live, I just beat it literally like 2 minutes ago, but I kind of had the plan of making this video ahead of time, so when I went in, I kind of staged it a little bit, slowed the speed down a little bit, and hopefully be able to explain it pretty good. So going into this, you can see we're going up against 3 undead, 1 dark hero, and 1 elf. Now that dark hero is going to count as a faction for the undead, so that's why you see the 4 little markers up there. So it is getting the 4-person ratio bonus, which is 17% health and 17% attack increase. Now, out of these 5 heroes, 3 of them are actual epics. We got Zagrako, we have Fleta, and then in the back corner, we have Carbon. Now, just because we have 2 rare heroes out there, don't underestimate them. Kroot, who is over in the top left, has some pretty decent skills inside the game. The active skill will be doing 220% attack and have an 80% chance to apply a silence debuff. Silence, this means that we won't be able to use our active skill. The passive skill X Swing will also give a 7% attack bonus to all the allies. And he'll also be healing himself for 19% every time one of his allies dies. Now the other rare Luke is going to have poison abilities. We got the poison from Luke and we also have the poison from Carmen. The active skill is a pretty standard attack at 110%, but it'll be hitting 2 enemies and putting a damage over time on them. The damage taken from those poison enemies will be reduced by 30%. And when they die, they'll be going and applying a debuff to the heroes that are poisoned, making it where they receive more damage. Now, we don't usually use rares too often because they technically are weaker than our epics, and that's the case going up against them here. So I'm not going to go over too much time on Fleta because we just made a video yesterday about her, but pretty much she's going to attack the hero with the lowest HP, have some dodge bonuses in there, and then get stronger every time a hero dies. And when I say hero, I'm talking about one of the enemies. Although if she does end up killing one of your heroes, she'll get an attack buff for being the one that killed him. So it's a good thing that this Zagrako is only at 2 stars and isn't high enough level because his chances of stunning us are only going to be 85%. Eventually, this will be a full 100%, which makes him number 1 annoying. But the second part of making him annoying is when we go and kill him, he'll be reviving in 2 turns. He'll also be giving lifesteal to the adjacent allies, which means, luckily for us, Carmen and Fleta are nowhere near, so they won't be benefiting from those. But those 2 rares we talked about will be getting that, so if there's a chance that they're hitting you, they're going to be taking some health from you and regaining it themselves. And then we have Carmen, who's going to be poisoning everybody on this screen. Now, she'll be doing additional damage to the heroes that are poisoned, and she'll also be healing herself for some of that poison done, I think, every 2 or 3 turns. And I was wrong on that one. She'll be healing herself at the beginning of every round. It's going to be every 2 turns. She'll be getting an attack buff of 20%. So by looking at it, it may not look like it, but this is actually an annoying combo to go up against. You got heroes that revived, attacking the weakest enemy, going and dealing poison damage to everybody, life stealing from you so they're healing themselves. It's just a bad combination to go up against. And Fleta being the boss on it is going to be stronger than all the rest of them. So the thought process I have behind this is moving Rochelle over to the side and just making it where if Zagrako does stun, he'll only be stunning 1 hero. And then making sure that my Kion is going to hit that Zagrako, which will do a straight line for that active skill, which will also hit Fleta. So doing this, I found out real fast that my Almond is getting killed instantly. And that just means that he's the hero with the lowest hit points. And things didn't go well at all. I died with having still 4 enemy heroes on the screen. I tried pulling my gear off of Dina and then moved over to Carmen. That didn't go too well. And then I pulled Almond out together and just figured I'd throw Harfa out there thinking I could silence. But once again, that didn't work. Now the Harfa I didn't throw any gear on. I just kind of wanted to see how it would do. I know I've seen Silence All before inside the game. But what I decided to come down to was Almond and Lulu. We know this combination, great synergy together. It works well, especially when you got a Kion out there. When I switched to this, I finally was able to get rid of the Fleta, although we got killed by the other heroes. So after moving some heroes around, I figured it was better just to keep everybody grouped around Almond. I wasn't really worried as much about Zagrako's hit. I wanted to have that healing from Almond. And what I also found is every now and then, Fleta wouldn't go and critically hit Almond, meaning that he wouldn't die in that first turn. That would give him a chance to pop his active skill, start healing everybody, and if I hit my Kion right in the front center, he was going to be tanking hits too. This meant when Almond had his health up high enough, Kion was now the hero with the lowest hit points, meaning that Fleta would go and use her attacks on him. So the fact that Kion is lined up in front of 3 heroes, when he makes his hit for his active skill, he's going to be healing himself too, and that's going to be a good amount of lifesteal he's getting back. So my Rochelle was luckily able to get his shield in time, and we also got one on Almana and Kion for being adjacent heroes, and it was just enough to get in there before he was about to drop. This led Kion able to use his active skill and wipe out both Zagrako and Luke, although I was a little disappointed because the last time I killed Fleta, it was with this hit. Now Fleta then goes and finally kills Rochelle, which was with her normal attack, meaning that she's going to get that attack buff for killing him. But for us, we're still sitting at a pretty high health, we have shields, and all 4 of our heroes are ready to blast their active skill. Kion was able to wipe out the other 2 heroes, and he hit enough of a charge where he's able to go and cast his active once again. But unfortunately, Zagrako is going to pop back up. Another active, Zagrako is dead, and now Fleta is going to go kill Almond. She's sitting at a large amount of attack buffs right now inside the game. Another hit, she's barely hanging on, and now she finally wipes out Lulu on us. Remember, every time she kills a hero, she's also healing herself. And look at this, Zagrako is going to pop up once again. But a final strike from Kion was enough to do it, and that's how I beat it. Now, as I said, I did just beat this, and where my recording was about 20 minutes, I did slow things down. I was kind of going through the stats. So it maybe took me, I'd say, maybe 6, 7, or even 8 tries to finally find a combination that works, positioning that works, and we got lucky on it too. There's times where if I get close, I won't even move my troops. I'll just go back in with the same formation just to see if things are critting for difference, if I'm dodging for different, and sometimes that's all it takes. But if you guys haven't seen much about Fleta and want to know more about her, check out this video right up over here. Thanks for watching, and remember, I pick my butt.